Hi, I'm John Miller, one of the pastors out at the community church at Saddlebrook, and I'm actually looking out over over the mountains on another beautiful Saddlebrook day, and one where we're probably looking forward to some monsoons. At least we all kind of hope so. Get some rain to this valley. But I wanted to share with you this morning a passage of scripture from the book of James. And I find it fascinating, I think you will too, the way James describes the importance of the will of God. I think we all, or most of us, are concerned about God's will for our life. And certainly James steps in and has a lot to say about it. So let me read this passage to you out of James chapter 4, beginning with verse 13. Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go into such and such a city. We're going to spend a year there and engage in business and make a profit. Yet you do not know what your life will be like tomorrow. For you are just a vapor that appears for a little while and then vanishes away. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we will do this or that. Interesting passage that talks about, it starts out saying, you say, hey, we're going to make this decision with our life. We're going to go into this city. We're going to do these things. We're going to make these decisions about our life, but we're going to do it independent of what God thinks. We're not going to consult God in His will for our life. We're going to be independent of God. That's the point of this passage. And so James says, wait a minute, you're just a vapor. You appear for a little while on this planet, then you vanish away. In the short time you have on this planet, you ought to consider what your Maker cares about when it has to do with your life. What is God's will for your life? We need to seek it. That's the point of this passage, that we need to be seeking God's will rather than just our own will. Or we need to get our will in line with His will. And in order to do that, we have to seek Him. It implies prayer. It implies searching the scriptures to see what God has in mind for our life. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we're going to go into that city. We're going to make this decision. And so we need to be prayerful about our lives, consulting God on a regular basis. And at this point in our life, established here in Saddlebrook, having made so many decisions, perhaps you think of making many decisions without consulting God, and some of those might have been good, some of those might have been horrible. But I hope at this point in all of our lives, we're saying, Lord, I want to be sensitive to what you have for me, what you want for me. I want to honor you and consider what you want rather than what I want. So I hope this has been helpful to you this morning. This is from James chapter 4, verses 13 through 15. And I encourage you to go and read it and kind of meditate on it today. I hope you have a wonderful day.